Hey, Coach, it's Trevor. Um,
Yes.
EJ Williams has had a quiet season. He's still a young guy, but how much of an opportunity is this for him and Brandon as well with Bo out?
Big opportunity. And, EJ's really technically just a sophomore. He's got a couple of years left and, missed most of last year, but he was having a great camp and then got hurt. He's kind of come back, but this is a great opportunity for both of those guys, to step up and take advantage of it while Bo's out. So, excited for them. They're a good week of practice, ready to go.
This is Matt. I know before the season you said something along the lines of, who knows, maybe Hunter Johnson will even come in at some point and maybe help us out. Was there any thought at all after DJ and K threw picks of giving him a shot?
No. The pick wasn't on DJ, so that was on the receiver.
You said the other night after the game that you knew and your team knew that there would be a lot of negativity after what happened up there. How have you seen them respond now through these first 3 days of practice? And are you confident that you guys are going to come out and put your best foot forward Saturday?
I'm always confident. I ain't ever not been confident. And why wouldn't I be confident? These guys have always, come out and played, for Clemson for years and years now. And one bad game doesn't change that for me. This is a group that works their butt off every single week. They've responded like you would want them to respond, take ownership, no finger pointing. Everybody knows what we got to do better. Everybody knows what we did really poorly. And, you again, as I said the other day, you refocus with the right perspective and you go back to work. And that's what they've done. So if you're still worrying about that stuff on Wednesday, that probably ain't going to be good for you on Saturday. It's all about Louisville. It's all about today. Have a good day tomorrow. Just playing a game on Saturday and getting back to, doing what it takes to win a game. The last game out, we didn't do what it took to win, but the other 8 we did. And so we got to get back on track this week. And that's our focus, is just, playing good Clemson football this Saturday.
Coach, you mentioned the 6 turnovers in the last 2 games. You're going against a defense in Louisville that forced 8 turnovers against Wake, had 8 sacks by 8 different players. How much of a concern is that?
Well, it's not as much a concern about them as it is us. So we didn't play them the last 2 games. So we 6 turnovers. You're lucky to be 1-1 in those 2 games. The other games, the other 7 games, you had 3 turnovers, and that makes a huge difference in winning and losing. That's one of those things you have to do to win and to deserve to win. Is you don't have to be perfect, but you need to win the margin. And we've done a pretty good job of that. But these last 2 games, it's not been good. We've been really sloppy with the ball. And, that's that. If we do that this week, we'll get beat again because this bunch is very opportunistic. So we got to take care of the ball, and then we got to get some takeaways. We got to do a good job and find a way to get that ball out.
But with Louisville, what do they do to cause pressure and create havoc up front to where they're right there among the nation leaders in sacks?
Yeah, a lot of pressure. Take a lot of chances. They're almost a 50% pressure team, and a lot of man coverage, a lot of movement up front. So you've got to be able to really communicate and catch a lot of movement. And they got good, and they got really good players. This is a really good group, really good defense, stout and quick, long up front, good backers. Just a really good group across the board.
Dabo, this is Larry. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Did they pressure more than anybody y'all have faced so far this season? Just curious how they
similar to Syracuse, very similar. Just bigger, stronger, faster, longer than Syracuse. Syracuse wasn't as big up front as these guys, but similar in their approach as far as their aggressiveness and how they force the issue on some things.
Coach, you talked about your history with Lance Taylor a little bit yesterday. He coached Christian McCaffrey at Stanford, did a great job with the backs at Notre Dame. Have you seen anything different with their running game or their offense with him, or is it pretty similar to what you saw last year with Satterfield and Cunningham?
Yeah, pretty similar. I mean, there's some nuances here and there, but they're a stretch team. I mean, that's kind of, they're a big stretch team, and they're a influence zone read team. That's what they do, and it's really good for them. So they've got a very experienced OL. So I think again, nuance here or there, but they're pretty much very similar to what they've been. A lot of shots, a lot of shots off the play action game, and and the quarterback is heavily involved. He's still running. The play he scored on a 52-yard run on us last year. He's still wreaking havoc on that this year. So we got to do a great job of really playing him well. But these backs are really good too. And so just alignment, communication, everybody doing their job, because there's a lot of option principles built into this too with the zone read stuff. So, but primarily they are a really good stretch team.
Dabo, I think Wes said a couple of days ago that last year with Malik that they were running zone read, I guess, but he was running all the way and had no intention of handing off on some of those plays. How much of it is situational awareness and feel, I guess, when you're has to be a part of the equation when you're defending him? Does that make sense?
Yeah. I mean, he will do some things that they're probably over there going, no, yes, because he's an aggressive guy. And sometimes you have, he will make you play him honest, and because he will take some chances for sure. But they do a good job of really mixing it up where, there's protected runs, and then he's got an opportunity they've got a lead blocker out in front of him, and he's got, a decision to make. And sometimes if there's hesitation, and maybe the decision is to give it, but he doesn't really feel like you're really maybe on the board, you would give it, but he's a different guy. He's not your typical guy. So you got to be very intentional with how you play him.
How has DJ done in that category? Just the reading, making the proper read, and when it's the zone read game.
He's had a good year. He's missed a couple. I thought he missed one the other night that I'd like to have seen him, take. But he's had a big he's been a huge factor for us with the run game for 7 games, and even in the a few moments there in the Syracuse game. But this past week, 1 or 2. But he's decision-wise, he's done a nice job, and that's an area that he's worked hard on, and something that we need from him, to be a threat, to be a factor. He doesn't have to be Malik, but we need him to be, really get back to kind of the rhythm that he had for, a good little 7-game stretch there.
Yeah, but this is Chapel with the State. Question on Antonio Williams. What do you remember about his recruitment process, getting him pretty late in the cycle last year? He talked about it earlier in the year, just kind of it being a bit more of a unique process there.
Yeah, he was a guy we really liked, and we were kind of down the road on a couple kids that we thought we were going to get, and but Grish did a great job of just really kind of staying in there with Antonio, and things work out the way they're supposed to. Then just going down, kind of came down to us in a couple schools. And just really, I think in the end, he just really, saw the opportunity here, and you see what he's doing. I mean, he's having I can't imagine he's not at least a freshman all-conference guy. He's had a great year for us, and got a bright future ahead.
And question on Jaden Lucas is all he got in for a few snaps against Notre Dame. Was that just how he practiced, or what went into that?
No, I mean he's next man up, and he's really been he's been practicing well. He's got banged up. He's going to have a little surgery when the season is over, but he's healthy enough to go play, and he's really again practicing well, and has kind of moved up into that second spot. So we just hopefully see more and more of him as we go down the finish here.
The shoulder again with him?
Yep. I mean, he's okay, but it's just something that's nagging that we'll have to clean up when the year's over. On the other side, on the other shoulder, not the one he had fixed.
Okay. And then I know you normally don't pay any attention to rankings, but do you use the fact that y'all are still in the top 10 at all as, hey, who knows what could happen? We're still not that far out.
No, I don't have to use any of that stuff. None of it matters. Just like last week, I didn't say, hey, we're number 4. Let's go. None of it matters. You got to go win the game that you're playing. That's the only thing that matters. And the rest of that stuff, because you don't have any control over that. You just go play. We focus on our goals, and our goal is to win the division. We got an opportunity to do that this week. That's what we're focused on. And and you're trying to be undefeated in this league. Try to win the league, try to win our state championship. Whatever comes with that comes with it. That's our focus every single year. But they don't live in a cave. So I mean, they're well aware of where they are and all that stuff. But whether you're 10 or whether you're 2, if you're worried about that, you're focused on the wrong things. You better be focused on execution, knowing your job, being detailed in your job, and then doing it at a high level with the passion and the toughness and the physicality that it takes to win. That's all you need to be focused on right now as a player.
Dabo, on the pick that you referred to, what did Joe see, and what was he supposed to do there?
He just didn't find the ball. It's a back shoulder, but it's a great throw. And he just didn't locate the ball. And but the DB did. So it was the right throw, and he just didn't see it. He was trying to get his head around, but somehow his head didn't quite get fully around. And if he sees the ball, then he stops before the DB, and it's a great play. So you do all the time, but so it didn't work out. But that was the right throw, and a really good throw by DJ right there, and that's why we stayed with it.
So it wasn't like an option route, and he
no, just a go ball. DB was on top, he back shoulder that, and the timing of it, because it's a quick game rhythm. You got to give eyes. You got to have your eyes by 6 to 8 on that particular type of protection and timing. And he was just a little late, and he didn't see it. But the quarterback was right on time. I mean, you can't draw it up any better than that. So I know he gets all the blame, but and Joe's wide open. Joe's full speed, just a bad play and a good play by them.
Coach, we had to talk to Coach Richardson on Monday. He seems like a guy that's destined to be a college head coach one day. How much has he brought to the tight end room and the passing game this season?
He's done a nice job. I mean, he really has. He's very smart. He's very detailed, and he does. We got a bunch of guys on this staff that I think have what it takes to be a college head coach for sure. And he's been a head coach, even though it's been in high school. He's won at a high level in the state consistently, and but he's done a really nice job. Again, very detailed with those guys. Those guys have responded well to him. Davis has had just a tremendous year. Man, Brenny is, you see the ability of Brenny, and man, the future that we've got with that guy. He's got a chance to really, really be a special player. Good to see Sage in there the other night, get a couple of plays. So that's a position that we're in a really good spot with, and Kyle's done a great job with him, and also just with some of the things in the passing game. We got to execute better in some areas, but as far as what we're trying to do, he's done a nice job.
But Wes mentioned maybe needing some guys to step up vocally, defensively as leaders. Any guys that have done that this week that you're happy with?
They're all trying to, but we need somebody needs to be that alpha, and we're gonna find out.
Coach, if I'm not mistaken, I believe you went with the purple and orange combo in 2009 when you clinched the division. I know you've already clinched, but any consideration to doing that again with a chance to clinch outright?
Yeah, I don't think so. I mean, I think we'll, who knows? I mean, what happens? But I think we're military appreciation. You'll see a bunch of purple. That's what you'll see, and it should be a great day.
And you always have several players with military and their family. Off the top of your head, who are some of the guys for whom Saturday will be particularly significant?
Yeah, we got a lot of them on this team. It's one of those things you ask how many people are involved. Will Putnam, obviously his dad just retired. Will will be our guy that runs the flag down for the team. And his dad's a longtime military man and colonel, and of course Trent Simpson's family. Sheridan, JP, Drew, my son Drew. Both of his granddads World War II vets. On Cass' side and my side, and so we got them all throughout the team. We have people that are connected to the military, all throughout. EJ Williams, you just go on and on and on. It's a lot, whether it's a sibling, a parent, a grandparent, an aunt and uncle, whatever. It really is interesting every year to kind of ask that question and see how many hands go up. So, and then Clemson just does a great job. It's really always been one of my favorite days. These are real heroes. I mean, real heroes that get honored, on game day, and it's just really cool to see the Clemson fans, come together and really support them and give them that moment, because I mean these are truly the heroes and people who have served this country, so that people like you and I can go to work every day and have security and freedoms that a lot of places don't have.
There have been some special
Adam,
moments on Military Appreciation Day. Do you have a favorite out of your time here?
Probably last year. Honestly, I mean, there's been a lot of them, but last year I brought my basketball coach, my high school basketball coach up here, Paul Kellogg. And, he was one of those guys that, man, he just always made me think I was 6'4", and and Michael Jordan, I mean, he's one of those people in my life that really believed in me, and he was really tough on me. I didn't always like him a lot, but he was a career, military guy for a long time, but he was in the Vietnam vet, and then he was a longtime coach, and so it was really cool to bring him up here last year and spend Friday with him, and actually got to go to a high school game and see Clay, but then just to spend the day and have him be a part of the game. And that was really, really cool. And I had no idea that, I would be speaking at his funeral, just a few months later as he passed away. He got, not long after he was here, he was diagnosed with cancer, and just young 70-something-year-old man. And so that to me is one of my favorite moments. And because I had no idea that would be the last time that I would, spend with Coach Kellogg. And because he just, to me, was always kind of a vibrant, bigger than life kind of guy. So always had such respect for him and appreciation for him. And he got a chance to talk to the team. And that was pretty cool. And his wife had just died in the summer. And so, I knew he had been really struggling. And that's why I reached out to him to bring him up here last year. And then, again, as it turns out, he passed away this summer.